morning, we're talking about a scam here in the Peach State that targets the elderly. John Sowers, the administrator of the Governor's Office of Consumer Protection, is here to tell us how we can protect ourselves from becoming victims. Good morning, Mr. Sowers.
Good morning, Amanda. It's good to be with you.
Thanks for making the trip down from Atlanta.
Sure.
I think we have to start off by asking, what is the Governor's Office of Consumer Protection?
We've been around since 1975. We're a small office, about 50 employees. We administer and enforce the Fair Business Practices Act. We also administer, although we don't do enforcement, of our state's lemon law. But under the Fair Business Practices Act, there are a number of unfair and deceptive trade practices that we keep an eye out for. We have both civil and criminal jurisdiction, and we're very active in trying to combat a lot of these scams that proliferate not only here but throughout our state and really throughout the country.
So you guys are protecting the consumers, the people around the Peach State that maybe experience fraud or become victims of scams. You guys are helping them and also providing tips to prevent becoming a victim, right?
That's right. That's our mission. But you know, as we go about doing that, and to the extent we're able to succeed, we're also protecting the legitimate business people who are trying to treat their customers fairly.
So let's kind of talk about this one scam. It's more of a recent scam, and it's actually developed into into some criminal jurisdiction. We'll talk about this elderly home scam. It's regarding home repairs.
Yeah, elderly people are particular victims of scams like this. The one I believe you're referring to, we call internally in our agency the $59 a gallon scam.
Oh.
This originated in Roswell, Georgia. We very quickly found victims in 5 counties around Atlanta. It led to, ultimately became a criminal matter, led to indictments and a trial in Cobb County, of which 3 of the 5 perpetrators, those who were caught, were all convicted, and they've been sentenced to various jail terms up to 5 years. The other 2 are still on the lam. A lot of these people go from state to state. What happened to that particular case is sort of instructive. Someone would come to your door, and they had been through the neighborhood. They knew where the older people lived. They knew who lived alone and so forth. They would tell the person, we happen to be working here in your neighborhood. We have some extra materials left over. For only $59, we'll clean your, sometimes it was your siding if you had a non-brick home.
Right.
If you had a brick home, they would clean your driveway. And they'd make them think it was going to cost $59.
And it wasn't.
No, they'd finish, and then they'd say, well, now that'll be $920. And their explanation was, you must have misunderstood. This solvent costs $59 a gallon.
So
that's why we call it the $59 a gallon scam.
Well, Mr. Sowers, I hate to cut you off there. We're running out of time, but we are going to actually put the link to the Consumer Protection's website on our website to share that full scam, because just because it happened in Atlanta area doesn't mean it couldn't happen around here.
Everywhere.
So thank you so much for joining us this morning. And again, to learn more about that scam and other important consumer news from around the Peach State, you can visit consumer.georgia.gov.